if you're familiar with the scene, little kids. My kids aren't so little anymore, but back when they were little, we'd watch Finding Nemo and you see the seagulls, and the seagulls are all just screaming over each other, mine, 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 mine. Yeah, well, don't be a seagull. Don't be one of a billion seagulls sitting there yelling mine, 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 mine over and over again. That's a scarcity mindset. Stop hanging out with a million other seagulls that look just like all the other seagulls saying the exact same things, all the other freaking seagulls. Be different. And you'd be shocked at how you come into some abundance. Scarcity agents are very entitled and simultaneously fearful. I didn't even read this one until just now. That is so freaking true. I'm not going to use the F word that's going through my head. That is so freaking true. I've talked to agents who say, number one, I know my worth and I will not degrade myself to charge less money. Sure, I moved to a brokerage that gave me a 10 times better split and I'm keeping way more money, but I'm still charging the same thing that I'm charging because I'm worth it. And that's what I'm entitled to. But they are incredibly fearful of us. They will report us to every board, every commission, everything that they can do to shut us up. They will try to do because they are entitled and they are fearful. That is so true. Whereas people operating in abundance, they are thankful and they are confident. I don't know if it shows in this video, but I'm incredibly thankful. I'm incredibly thankful for all the agents that work for our company around the country. I'm thankful for the clients that trust us with their business every day. I'm thankful for every new office we open. And in case you haven't noticed, I'm very confident when competing with any other agent at any other listing appointment. I had an agent recently tell me, we had a very long conversation. I kind of used it as a focus group. And I was like, why wouldn't you do what we do? And he said, no one has ever turned me down and I charge 3.5%. So I asked him, how many listings do you have? He's like, well, I got 2. So you've gone to 2 and you've gotten both of them. And I asked him, I said, well, why not get 20 or 30 of them like I do it? And he's like, well, they always say yes. And I was like, no, they don't always say yes. All 2 of them said yes. But I told him, I said, if you want to test that strategy, I'll invite you to listing appointments with me. If you invite me to listing appointments with you, we can both compete for the same business and we'll see who wins. And his entitlement of I'm entitled to the 3.5% immediately turned into fearful because he didn't want to take that deal. He didn't want that to happen. He wanted to be entitled to the 3.5%, but he did not want to be fearful that he could have to actually compete with somebody doing something different. So it's so true. This scarcity versus abundance, it's so true. And so if you are, Gary Keller was onto something. He came up with this. Gary Keller was onto something, and Michael Hyatt. I need to look him up and learn more about him because he's the one credited on this scarcity versus abundance diagram. But yeah, I mean, look, Michael Hyatt discusses scarcity versus abundance. I mean, I love it. I think it's true. Gary Keller talked about it a lot. I think it's genius. If you're an agent right now and you're making plans for 2026, what's your plan? Is it working harder? Is it spending more? Or is it being different? I think the problem with so many agents is they are asking the question of, how do I be more successful next year? How do I make more money next year? How do I do more deals next year? They really want the answer to that question as long as they don't consider what they charge. As long as they don't consider being different, then that's what they want to talk about. In other words, what they are saying is, how do I stand out from the crowd while doing the exact same thing as everyone else in the industry for the same fee? And if you figure that out, God bless you, because nobody has yet. So, ready to be different?